Hey there, it's Martin Schroeder here from SwedishEmbedded.com, and in this video I'm going to show you how to become a ninja. A real ninja. Okay. Basically, what it all comes down to is documenting your system. Okay? So everything you do every single day as an engineer, whether it's software engineer or a hardware engineer, everything you do should be part of a system that you create for yourself. So as you're working through your day, as you're learning things through your day, let's say you watch a video or you read a book or you attend a seminar for learning something, you take notes, right? So you put all your notes into separate files and you go over your notes, and after you've learned everything, you go over your notes and you integrate them into your system. And so what you end up with is a scientific method for improvement. So you start with a hypothesis, which is basically an outline of your process. And then you follow your process by interacting with the environment. And then you look at the result and you feed it back into the hypothesis. So you improve your hypothesis and you run it again. And as you iterate through this, you end up with a better process. But you do need to write it down. So it's not enough to just have a process that you haven't written down, that you just sort of get out of your head and you just remember it and then you run it, because you're going to modify it and you're not going to know the fact that you modified it. So you do need to write it all down. And this is how all great books are written. This is how all great trainings are created. This is how all great courses are created as well. It's really like, if you iterate and you improve it based on the results, like there's no chance that you're not going to succeed in improving the results, because you're literally measuring everything, and you know exactly what you're doing and when you're doing it, and it gives you more confidence in the process itself, and you can then also teach others how to do the process too. In fact, I have a table here for validating a process, and it has 4 different states. So if you are good at doing something, if you can do something but others can duplicate what you're doing when you teach it to them, then it's too complicated. If you are not able to do it but others are doing it, then you just don't understand it. If you are doing it and others can do it when you teach it to them, then it's a good process. So then it's something that's working. And if you're not able to use it and others are not able to use it, then it's false data. Then it's just basically something that doesn't work. And so you want to put everything together into a document, or basically just start writing your book, right? Start writing a book on every topic that you work with. For example, programming or embedded engineer and hardware design or anything else that you're doing, and start systemizing it into processes. Because what you want to do, the content that you put in this is it should be more around the strategy that you use as opposed to tactics. Because if you put tactics, it's going to be like just really, really large numbers of data. It's going to be too much detail, and it's going to be very hard for others to follow. So it will be like you can do it, but others can't. If you focus on strategy, then you give others an environment in which they can learn the tactics and fit the tactics into the strategy. So it becomes easier for others to learn. You organize the strategy and then you let others fill it out with their own tactics. That's the most efficient way of creating a process. So essentially, a process is a strategy that is implemented step by step, using tactics that are relevant for the day and age in which they are implemented, right? So continuous iteration, very important when you iterate through this process and improve. And then you want to have checklists for everything. So like pilots that fly planes, they have checklists for different situations. So if the plane is going down, there is a checklist for that too. And when the plane is going up in the air, there's a checklist for that too. And those checklists contain a lot of items, and pilots always go religiously through the checklists and check every item on the checklist. And you really want them to do that, right? You wouldn't trust a pilot that doesn't go through their checklist. So why shouldn't you have checklists for everything that you do? And you have to put those together. And as you learn more, as you study, as you read books, you're going to come across information that fits into your model. So when you have started creating your model, you can then improve your model based on the things that you learn. So whenever you learn something, now you can now you have a context to put it into. And then you go back to your model and you follow the process again, but now with the new knowledge, and you see what results you get, right? So go back to your process each time and adjust. And when you basically, yeah, when you attend any trainings, you adjust your process as well and test and integrate. So you test something, you see if something works. You come across new data. Let's say you read a book, you come across new data. So you test the new data, and you temporarily maybe put it into your hypothesis. But then let's say it doesn't work, so you remove it from your hypothesis, and you go back to what worked before. But now you can actually track the results, and you can see what you have changed, so that you know exactly what is it that is causing something to not work. So it's extremely powerful to do it this way, because it gives you all the information you need in order to make adjustments. And also you can show your model to somebody else who is better than you, and have that person also critique it for you and give you feedback on that. So that's it for this video, and everybody who is watching this should be putting together their own processes and start writing your book. Put together your book. If you want to learn embedded systems, such as embedded programming, embedded C programming, and embedded RTOS programming, as well as hardware design, then go to swedishembedded.com/join and join the community. You'll have access to all the backend recorded sessions, and you're also going to have access to the live sessions where you can ask me questions. So thank you for watching, and have a good day.